right, gang, it's the unprofessional professional. I'm back with another video. All right, so got the potential lemon vehicle home. This is the 2001 Toyota Highlander, the one that I said I purchased on a whim. I did wash it off a little bit, pressure wash it off. I had to pressure wash the motor too because it was just so bad that, you know, it was kind of smoking or whatever. Now this is the one I was talking about. Got power wire and all that ran on the side. It's just crazy. I did a little research. So the thing is, the car has a lot of codes that's popping up. I'm gonna crank it up for y'all. It's misfiring. I found out a lot of information on VVT, which is the, I think, variable valve timing on these cars. It's two little modules that go inside the engine. I'm gonna crank it up for y'all. It got a CD player, 180,000 miles, check engine light on. These are the codes that's shown popping up. Let me cut this down. P08, P0300 random misfire. These cylinders are misfiring. It's got a code for P1135, which is a O2 sensor. And this is the important one, the P1349 VVT variable valve timing solenoids. It's two of them in this car, so they control the oil timing. This is a V6 model. That could possibly be the issue with the misfiring of this car. I looked at a lot of videos and they got a lot of information about fixing it. Another thing too, it got a bad, it looks like clear coat needs to be buffed out. I think it's gonna turn out pretty good. Like I said, I bought this car for about, hold on, one second. Bought this car for $1,400. Like I said, the motor was real nasty. I did rinse it off, but I just couldn't stand looking at it like that. Real low on power steering fluid. It's running. It runs and drives pretty good. But the solenoid is, this is one right here, down in here. And it's another one right here. Those two things, I've placed some orders for the parts. I'm gonna drop a picture of that as well. But one thing, it's a Toyota, 180,000 miles. It's running. Transmission shifts out pretty good. So this is gonna be a makeover car too. I got some pictures before. So you know, it is what it is. But y'all tell me what y'all think about the car. Like I said, I paid $1,400 for it, and what's potentially wrong with it. Oh, it's just got that stuck. I got the other one stuck too. Okay, so this one is for the cruise control. But all right, I got new coils coming, new spark plugs, that the VVT timing modular solenoid. I think it needs a valve cover gasket. I got that coming. So we're gonna see what happens. All right, on to the next one. All right, gang, take a look at just the results of me clay barring this car. Man, that white is coming back. Got all that dirt out of the paint before we can wet sand and buff it. But I mean, this car looked totally different than it did when I bought the car. I'm gonna show pictures of it. Also, we're gonna resurface these wheels too. Gonna paint them back. Also the headlights. I'm gonna do a video. A lot of people was telling me about that Plastic X versus what I'm doing with the wet sanding and buffing the headlights. I'm gonna see which one works out better. But yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, that's just off clay bar, off clay bar. All right, gang. We're finna take a look at some of the parts we got for the Toyota Highlander. Put this light up. All right, boom. So here is the coils, and the spark plugs is in here as well. I got everything with that. Spark plugs, coils, spark plugs. All right, so also this is the O2 sensor. O2 sensor, bank one sensor one, the one we need right here. All right, and last, what is important, these are those solenoids, the VVT, variable valve timing solenoids, which I think will clear up. I'm hoping that will clear up those misfire codes. So we're gonna put these in first. I'm gonna show y'all in the truck where it goes. All right, be back. Okay, so we at the truck now. So it's 2 solenoids. One is here. This is the right side, and the other one, I don't know if you can see down in there, but it's right there. So what I'm gonna do, you see that right there, I'm gonna take both of those off. It's just one bolt that holds them. They said some oil will come out, so I'm gonna look forward for that. But let me get both of those out. Now they are right in the left side, so you can't mix them up. But it should be pretty easy to get that out. I may have to remove this hose here to get to that other one, but we'll see. All right, gang, so I got the old one out, and this is the part number here. Kind of matches up with this part number here. So it is a right side and the left side, like I was telling you, but you want to make sure that you match them up. So it wasn't that much oil that came out, but this is the bolt that it goes onto, and it sticks down in that hole. I may have to take that hose off, may not, but I'm gonna get it in there. All right, I got the solenoid down in there. So it is a rubber seal that makes it get in there tight, but it's only one way you can go in due to the how the bolt lines up. You just got to make sure you got the right side and the left side correct. But it's a pretty easy install. I didn't have to remove anything, but I tightened up the bolt I didn't tighten it up real good, but I mean, it's tight enough. But it is down in there. It's pretty proof. It's real easy to put in, and you'll know when it's in correctly. All right, so now we're gonna do the last one, and it's that bolt right there. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this if I can, so I can get in there easily. But that's the left side. But let me go ahead and get that off, and I'll show you how it looks directly without the hose. All right, as you can see, I got direct access to it now. The solenoid is this one right here. It's this one bolt. I may have to use an extension. It's a 10mm bolt. Both of them require a 10mm bolt right there. I'm just gonna slide that off. I just took that hose off and I slid it to the side. Here's the hose right here. But yeah, it's pretty easy to get off. Just try not to crack it, because it is a plastic part that's holding the hose on. But let me get this one out and I'll let y'all see it. All right, so I got the other one out. What you want to do is, before you put it back in there, you want to make sure these tabs lined up perfectly with the old one. Now, this is the valve here. I think this is the one that was stuck because it was kind of hard coming out. I finally got it out, but it was hard. One thing I did do, and let me show you where it goes back in. See that hole there? And that's where the bolt goes, right there. Now, one thing I did do, which I hope this is not a problem, if you look at the plug, the little spring or the little lock mechanism broke, I guess, from heating and cooling. As soon as I pressed it down, it just broke. I can slide it back over it. It won't lock, but it shouldn't come out. But I'm gonna put it back in there and I'll show you when it's in. Okay, as you can see, I got the solenoid down in there. Just need to put the bolt on. So an old school guy told me this little trick. Anytime, so the thing is, you don't want this bolt to come off down in there, then you lose it, because you need this bolt. I mean, if you lose that, you kind of screwed. So what I usually do is just get some little tape and tape it on the bolt in the actual socket. So it'll be easy for you to just put it down in there and you won't lose it. All right, so I got it bolted down. You just take it off and you can just pull that tape off. So now you can see it's down in there. Now we just got to plug it back up and put that hose on. And see, that's another thing, make sure you put that hose that we took back off. That's something I'll do. I'll be so excited to see if it works, I forget to put the hose back on. But let me get that together, put the hose back on, and I'll show you back. Okay, so as you can see, I got the hose on. I get everything secured with the bolt. Now what we're gonna do is clear the codes and see what happens. Use the O's. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna clear the codes. Erase codes. One moment. Erase was successful. All right, let's cut it off. Cut it back on. Let's see what happens, y'all. Got my fingers crossed. Check engine light came right back on. Select OM definition. Let's see. Let's go back up to there. Oh, P1663 popped up. Let's see. OCV circuit bank 2. I don't know what that is. Got to look into that. Let's see what happens. Alright, gang. So you remember when I was telling y'all that make sure you plug it in? So I plugged in the left side, but I didn't plug in the right side. Hey, I guess that's why they call me the unprofessional professional. I got it in now, so let's try it again. Alright, so we just gonna erase the codes. Let me seat this. Hey, that'll give you problems right off the rip. You don't plug it in. Let's see what we got. It called it the oil control valve this time. The other one is called it the CVV, which I guess is the same thing. All right, we're gonna clear these codes again. Race was successful. All right, fire in the hole. All right, light went off that time. Hey, it ain't even shaking as much either, y'all. Y'all think that's what fixed it? Let's see. All right, some emissions codes coming up because everything, the monitor's not ready. But now I probably need to drive it. Misfire is not showing a misfire. Wow, hey, maybe this ain't a limit. Oh man, the check engine light came back on. Let's see what that is. And you know, also I got to put that O2 sensor on, so maybe that's what it is. Let me just try to reset this. Hey. Alright. So check engine came back on, but it's running much smoother. Much smoother. Let me freshen the gas. Oh yeah. I can tell P1135. Alright, so that's our O2 sensor. P1135. So that's good. So right now we not showing any misfire codes. So maybe that fixed the issue. I need to put that O2 sensor on. Bank 1. Yeah, so that's the one coming up, P1135. So only one code coming up. Look at all those other codes that was coming up before. So before you go replacing all the spark plug wires and all that, just check this first. Man, it's running smooth. Much smoother. Much smoother. Oh yeah. All right. So you see a little of that oil burning off, but these are the two sensors that well, they're not sensors, they're solenoids that I replaced. And let's play with them a little bit. So what it is a spring inside of here, and that controls the timing. So I don't know if it gets stuck. You see how I did that? That didn't even come back up. Let's see. Well, we got the spring. I don't know. Maybe something electrical inside. But I can tell you, this car is running 100% better, y'all. We just need to put that O2 sensor in, and it should be running better than this. So, I'm professional. You gotta try it. I don't know if I'm out the woods yet, but at least we halfway there. But I'm gonna replace this O2 sensor. Probably do that on another video, but not right now. But I'm just gonna soak in the joy of fixing this one problem. Go in there and hug my wife and tell her, hey, the unprofessional professional did it. I tell you, this car is running 100% better. 100% better. So, all right, gang. All right, so we're going on a little test drive to see how smooth it can get once it heats up. It seemed to be running pretty good, y'all. It was real sluggish. Let me cut these windows, roll these windows up. It was real sluggish. Feel like tires need some air in them, I think. Tire need to be replaced. It's a little bumpy. Maybe a bad spot in the tire or something. I don't know. I guess I can feel it now since it's riding smoother than it was. But it's changing gears like it's supposed to. Riding like it's supposed to. Still got that check engine light. We got the O2 sensor. I probably can take those coils and plugs back. We probably don't even need them. But hey, that's a success for today.